Karen hated not being the center of attention. Every time my family hosted a gathering at the ranch, she found some reason to storm over, clipboard in hand, declaring violations. It didn't matter that my land wasn't part of her HOA. She saw joy and instantly wanted to ruin it. So, when my daughter invited a few friends over for a summer pool party, I knew Karen wouldn't be able to resist. Sure enough, halfway through the party, music playing, kids laughing, food on the grill, Karen came stomping down my driveway in her oversized sun hat and heels, phone in hand. "This is an unauthorized gathering," she screeched. "The HOA never approved this event. Shut it down immediately." I calmly sipped my lemonade. "Karen, this isn't HOA property. You have no say here." She jabbed a finger at me. "We'll see about that. I'm calling 911 right now." The kids went silent, but I just smirked. I knew something she didn't. This wasn't just any pool party. My family had close ties with the governor. Our ranch often hosted private get-togethers away from the media. And that afternoon, his family was sitting right there on my patio. The governor himself was lounging in swim trunks, sunglasses on, sipping sweet tea like he didn't have a care in the world. His wife was chatting with mine, and their teenage son was splashing around with the others. Karen didn't notice, too busy yelling into her phone. "Yes, officer. There's an illegal pool party happening. Noise violations. Trespassing. I demand immediate action." 10 minutes later, 2 police cruisers rolled up. Karen strutted toward them like she'd won. "Officers, finally, shut this circus down." The deputies looked past her and froze when they saw who was sitting poolside. One of them actually took off his hat. "Governor, sir." "We didn't realize." The governor waved, casual as could be. "Afternoon, boys. Nice of you to stop by." Karen blinked. Wait. What? You know them?" The deputy chuckled. "Ma'am, that's the governor of this state. This is his private family gathering. You just called 911 on him." Karen went pale. "Titch, that can't be true. He's not. He wouldn't be here." The governor stood up, dripping wet from a quick dip in the pool. He walked over, towering above her. "Oh, I'm here, all right. And I just had my first peaceful afternoon in weeks. Until you showed up shrieking about HOA rules that don't apply here." Karen opened and closed her mouth like a fish. I was just. You were harassing my hosts and wasting police resources." He cut in sharply. "Do you realize what kind of trouble that lands you in?" The deputies crossed their arms, nodding. One said, "False reports are a misdemeanor, ma'am. You want us to cuff you right now." Karen backpedaled so fast she nearly fell into the pool. "And no, this was a misunderstanding. I didn't know." The governor smirked. "Well, now you do. And I'll be making a few calls about your so-called authority in this neighborhood." Karen fled without another word, face red as a tomato. The best part? Word spread through the community like wildfire. Within days, the entire neighborhood knew Karen had called the cops on the governor's pool party. The HOA board was furious. Her stunt brought more scrutiny on them than ever. As for me, the governor later raised a glass to me and said, "You've got the most entertaining neighbors in the state. Next time she shows up, call me. I'd pay to see her face again." Last year, I had to spend 6 months overseas for work. Before leaving, I made sure everything was secured, fences repaired, and cattle tended to. I had a ranch hand checking in weekly. Everything was in order. But when I returned, I didn't recognize my own land. Where my fields once stretched, there were rows of cookie-cutter houses, sidewalks, streetlights, driveways, and bright banners that read, "Welcome to Oak Ridge Estates, Phase 2. 138 brand new homes, built directly on my property." I nearly ran my truck off the road. I stormed straight to the HOA clubhouse, where Karen, the president, was sipping iced tea like a queen on her throne. "You've got 10 seconds to explain why there are houses on my land," I growled. Karen smiled sweetly. "Oh, don't be so dramatic. The developer decided to expand, and your ranch land was perfect. Don't worry, you'll be compensated once the sales finalize." My blood boiled. You built on MY property without consent. That's trespass, fraud, and theft. Karen laughed. You weren't using it. Now families will enjoy it. You should be thanking us. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just walked out because I knew something she didn't. See, the developer who originally built their subdivision? I'd gone to school with the CEO. And while the HOA thought they were cozy with him, they forgot one important detail. Their contracts only covered the lots already sold. They had zero rights to expand without purchasing new land. And they hadn't purchased mine, which meant every one of those 138 houses was sitting illegally on my ranch. I called the CEO. Hey, you might want to check your records, I told him, because your company just built phase 2 on land I still own. There was silence on the other end of the line, followed by a panicked, "What?" I sent him the deed, the surveys, and the aerial photos. Within hours, his legal team descended on the HOA like a pack of wolves. Turns out, the HOA board had forged documents claiming they had development rights. The contractor never verified ownership, they just built. That single mistake triggered one of the biggest lawsuits in county history. The HOA was sued for fraud. The developer sued them for damages. Homebuyers sued them for selling illegal lots. And me? I sued for land theft. In the end, the HOA was completely bankrupted. Karen and her board were personally liable for millions. Their homes were seized, their assets drained, and their reputations destroyed. As for the 138 new houses, the county condemned them. Some were bulldozed, others sat empty, rotting shells of a failed scam. My ranch hand and I tore down the cheap sidewalks and fences, and I reclaimed my land. Today, when I drive past that part of my ranch, it's peaceful again, just wide, open fields. A few remnants of driveways poke through the grass like scars, reminders of what Karen and her HOA tried to steal. They thought they could take my land while I was away. Instead, they lost everything, while I gained one of the most ironclad property rights cases in county history. My ranch stood long before their HOA, and it'll still be here long after they're gone.